Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Victoria MUSYIMI and I thank God for giving me this opportunity to come to be here. Tunashukuru, tunaambia Mungu asanti. Hakuna kitu poa kama kuanza na God na kumaliza na God because yeye ndio master plan wa kila jambo. Today we have our sister. Hey, mtu huyu. Our sister, tunashukuru kwa kupatia hiyo time kwa pamoja na hii channel yetu.
Thank you for having me.
Na tunarudishia Mungu shukurani, the presence and giving us the opportunity to be with you. We cannot take it for granted, but we say thank you. Platform is yours. Welcome.
Wow, thank you, Vicky, for having me. Hi guys, my name is Zilpa Musembi and I'm so privileged to share with you, and thank you so much, Big Sis, for having me. This is actually a privilege because being a born-again Christian and knowing Jesus and knowing that without him there is no me, knowing that has been my greatest rock and fortress, knowing that God got me. Yeah. I know when guys say like, you know, Nikona, this backup plan, if this doesn't work out, I have this, I have this. For some of us, and specifically me, I'm always like, God, it's you. I don't have a backup. You're like my main plan. You tell me where to go. You lead me, you direct me. And for sure, I've seen God working in my life, working with me, opening such tremendous doors. And I'm like, and you know, sometimes where you're seated at, you might not see it. Where you're at, you might not see it. But then imagine God ameshaenda ahead, aka create your path. Ako to just trust me. Trust me. I got you. Walk with me. I've seen that. I've seen working with God is more beneficial, more fruitful, and it has this great comfort. So I'm privileged. Actually, I rarely get to talk about this, especially in front of a camera. Yeah, I rarely get to talk about it, and it's so it's a different aspect. One thing about me is, yeah, I'm loud, I'm all over the place, and you know, always smiling, always being happy, always welcoming, and you know, trying to look for everybody else's comfort. The other part of me that maybe most people don't know, and even perhaps maybe even like our family we might not know, is that sometimes you get scared and you're like, what's really going to happen? What's the next step? And unakuwa na so much doubt. And sometimes you just cover it up with, you know, smiling, being nice, being welcoming, and you cover it up. But deep down, you have such uncertainty of even tomorrow. Just after COVID, for me, this one was really hitting home. And you know, you find somebody to talk to about all this. Otherwise, if they stay in your mind too long, yeah, you tend to go a different direction. And for me, my mom has been that. When things just get too tough, I'll reach out to my mom and I'm like, hey mom, hapa, I don't know. During COVID, everything was okay. But after COVID, yeah, things just took a downward spiral. And you try to look at everything from financial to emotional, to an extent, even spiritual. You're like, guy, I'm missing something and I don't know how to feel it. And I went through this phase where, for sure, I don't know what the next day is going to bring. And thank God for friends who, you know, who really know you well, because there was a time I really locked myself up. And inilika kwa nyumba like close to 2 months bila ku step out. I was just not having it. No strength even to go out, nothing. And I even cut off friends. And somebody would call and I would not even pick my phone. And people are now looking for me. Zilpa uko wapi? Zilpa uko wapi? Texts zinaingia. And I'm like, I don't even have the energy to deal. One time, my friend alikuja kwangu na, and this was like the critical moment, because during all that, I came and I fell ill. And I couldn't even get up. And she came to my house, she knocked. I didn't even have the strength to go in, to go and open the door. And she just kept banging on the door, and she's like, or even like on my bedroom window, and she's like, Zilpa, I know you're in there. So I don't know what you're going to do, just know I'm not sitoki hapa until ufungue mlango. So I'm so sick. It's been like 2 months of me avoiding everyone. I've not even seen the outside of my door in like 2 months. Hey, ikabidi saa ile unasema, God, I know you're working in me because, and I know you're working for me because at this very critical moment, iezi kuwa ndio umetuma somebody na amekataa kulive. I got that strength. I got my keys. I couldn't even open the door. So what I did, I threw the keys outside the window. Nikamwambia wewe jifungulie. Alikuja akaniokota hapo chini. And I had a moment of, I rarely cry. I rarely cry. Most people who know me, they're like, Zilpa liangi, nule, roju, Zilpa li. I broke down because for me it was, God, you got me. God, you have me. She took me to the hospital. I got treated, came back. She refused to leave me. Then now she made calls now to family, friends, and she's like, you know, ako poa niko na yeye. Ako poa niko na yeye. Now she was responding to my phone. She stayed with me for like 1.5 weeks. She stayed in my house and she couldn't just go. And, you know, we just talked. She's trying to make it look like it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal.
For you, it's a big deal.
Yeah. And it was just stories to like, Nini, and not really tackling this. Why have you been avoiding people? And I remember the last day she was at my place, she now asked me, now that you've been avoiding everyone, what was the benefit? And I couldn't see it. And I remember telling her, I think God needed me to even be away from everyone else so that he can show me he's the one who has got me.
Amen.
Like, I didn't even plan for her to come. I didn't plan to even get sick. I didn't plan for anything, but it was God's way of telling me that he got me.
So ukaingia into depression. Na ukanotice it's a depression.
Yeah.
Because the moment utaki kuongea na watu, you don't want to connect with anybody, phone inalia, una feel, huyu ataka kunisumbua. So nataka tupate hiyo journey ya depression. It was a depression, ama ilikuwa, what is the cause of your depression?
Wow. So, I don't know kama everybody an experience ever, but for me, I was used to, I want something and I'll go out, I'll get it. Na sita strain, sita struggle. Na hata kama kuna hiyo strain na struggle nile manageable. But I think I came to hit a point where I need stuff and I can't get it. So like post-COVID, okay, during COVID actually, for the business I was doing at the time, we actually were making money. We were good, my goodness, you're good. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, imekatika. And saizo, unaanza sasa kusikia pressure. Like, I need this and I can't have. I need to, especially monetary, in monetary terms, ama financially, you want to buy stuff, you want to feed, you want to pay rent, you want to, basically anything that is needing finances. Na hauna kabisa. Whatever little savings you had, zime run out. And now you're kabisa hauna. Also the fact that at that time, I was desperately single, like not in a relationship. And then at every turn, you're like, wow, this person is progressing in this direction. This person is progressing in this direction, yeah? And you're just alone. I think that being alone, maybe it heightened the feeling of not just being alone, but being lonely. And then ndo naanza kupata zile thoughts za, like, hata nika disappear, who'd miss me? If I was not there, like really, who'd ask for me? Who'd be bothered? Nani tamhit? Yeah? So there was that. For me, I feel like the reason why I got into that headspace was I couldn't like, support myself. And I'm used to supporting myself. Like, I'm those people who are like, mini roju, nitatoka nende nitafute nitapata. But this time, I would go out, natafuta, nasipati. And then at the same time, I'd lost quite a chunk of money. I'd invested in a particular direction, and then I lost a chunk of money. Like, wow. I lost a lot of money. So when I lost this money, I had a little bit in my savings where I was like, I'm going to, like, I can stretch my savings until I can get the next thing happening, or until I can get this person mwenye amehepa na do zangu. Yeah, mtu alipotea kabisa. Interestingly, nimekuja ku catch up na ye like beginning of this year. That's when I was able to meet this person. And we talked about, still, bado sipati pesa yangu, but still, I lost quite a chunk of money. A lot of money. And part of that money ilikuwa pia na investments ya watu wengine. So I'm not just losing this money, I'm also losing friends who've invested in this my biashara. And then again, uko sasa peke yako, you're like, if I had somebody with me, perhaps I would have shared this with them. Maybe they would have gone out of their way and, maybe loaned me this money. It's a lot of money, at least just to pay off the people that I was owing. So I believe all that is what, really, really put me in this headspace. And then niko, ata sitaki kusikia simu ya mtu yote. Ata staki. I really don't want. So yeah, that I believe was the main cause of being in this particular headspace.
I think young people, because of the lifestyle, the lifestyle ndio inachangia in fact vitu nyingi kwa ile life yenye tunaishi sahi.
Yeah.
Especially young people, unapata kazi mzuri, you have money, you have a good house, your lifestyle is good. Yes. So kushuka. Kushuka. I think hata ndio wengi wana commit suicide. Yes. Because imagine nita-connect na nani, nitakuwa na even the relationship. Yeah. It's come up you break your relationship with your peers. Yeah. So ina challenges kwa life. Na I thank God umeshare na sisi na tumejua the problem of young people ni kumonitor. To monitor themselves. Yes. Wakati wameanza life. Yes. Hiyo ndio the problem yenye iko sahi. Because unakuta mtu myang anakuambia nilikuwa nafanya hii na feel niko depressed na hii na feel sifai kukua, si deserve kukua alive. Yeah. Wana come up na kitu ilikusaidia by then ni God. Yeah. So life yako ya sahi sasa ni nini unadu kwa industry? Yeah. Because I know you are doing something.
By the grace of God,
amen.
I work na a company inaitwa Lady Care Supplies. So Lady Care Supplies ndio wana on the brand Dada Care. So if you've been anywhere, you've seen sanitary ama feminine products ambazo ni pads, tampons, intimate wash, intimate wipes, such. That is the company that I work with. And this, by the way, happened by grace of God. Yeah. Somebody who remembered me and we worked so many years back. They're like, Zilpa, Ebukam. Ever. Wow. That's it, actually. Yeah. Zilpa, Kuja. That's it. No interview, no nothing. No, eti, I need to look at your paperwork. No, eti, CG, where have you been? Eti, where have you worked? What is your experience? Zilpa, Kuja. This is, and actually, this one happened This one happened last year in March. So actually, I'm close to 1 year now.
Wow.
And it has been a tremendous growth where now somebody amekam akaku entrust na their brand. And to the point of, they're putting my face and attaching it to the brand Dada Care. And I do so many things hapo. Wow. So lazima hii life hakuna kukaa chini na kusema eti Jesus will provide. Yeah, God provides for sure, but you need to go out and work. I mean, word inatuambia, the word tells us that God will bless the work of our hands. So kama mkono zako hazifanyi kazi, ata bless. What will he bless if your hands are not working? Na si eti ukae kwa shamba tu peke yake. I'm not sisemi usiende kwa shamba, by the way, go. But imanishi tu kazi tu ya mkono. It could be something you're thinking of, an idea, an innovation thing that you have, yeah? Go out, work on it. And trust God with your idea, with your brand, with your creativity, with your content, and trust it to God. That is what happened to me. So they called me, we had a discussion, and then the next day, me nikanza job, just like that. Wow. Just like that. We agreed on something, and then some of the fears that I had of maybe not having a good financial background and stability, that one ikakuwa cushioned. It's like God anakwambia, you know what, I got you. So at least niko na a livelihood. Yeah. And then of course you go out, you meet different people, and you're exposed to a different world altogether. Like if anyone would have told me eti itakuwa nasema mbele ya kamera naambia watu about a product, I'll be like, uko na jokes, because I didn't see this one. I didn't see it coming. But then I found a good team that boosts you. They're like, this is a good talent you have, let's use it. This is a good talent you have, let's use it. This is a good talent you have, let's use it. So at Dada Care, I am the communications manager. Wow. Dada Care. And basically, it is all about now talking about feminine hygiene. I know, especially kwa most of these settings, we don't talk about feminine hygiene. And I believe it's high time we do. I mean, we do talk about mental health, physical health, like eat right, exercise, be healthy. Then we talk about mental health, like, you need to be in a good headspace so that you don't fall into depression and, like stuff like anxiety does not catch up with you. You are well. We talk about spiritual health. You need to have a God that you're responsible to, that you are accountable to, where you can be like, at the end of the day, God, you have me, and I thank you for that. And a higher spiritual power that you're accountable to, and that is God. It's the same with menstrual health. We need to talk about it in matters of, are we getting the right things? Are we using the right products? Are we talking when you talk about even vitu kama periods, what stigma is there around it? I mean, tumefanya ikaka, it's so taboo, you can't talk about it, to the point women suffer in silence. And then tunasemanga ile ya mwanamke ni kuvumilia unavumilia ukiumia. I mean, I started talking to, when I started working with now Lady Care Supplies under the brand Dada Care, so many women are coming out and talking, and they're like, what? Do you know mimi nikipata period zangu mimi huva diaper ya mtoto? Imagine. Somebody is telling you, I hate my periods because zile infections mi upata. Anakwambia, I don't just buy the pad, I have to buy creams, I have to buy painkillers. And then your time, and then najua kuna kwanga na PMS. So you are married. Eti hazi eti anataka kushika eti, oh babe, uko kwenda uko yani
ama mna separate bedrooms.
Yes. Una imagine. Uko so uncomfortable even at night. You can't even, when you're like a parent, you're a mother. Adi, you don't even want your kid kuja kuhug vizuri because you're thinking maybe nanuka. Now we have to suffer in silence. Because ni kama tumeambiwa hivyo. But then I fell in love with this product, Dada Care. It is a good product. I can assure you, it's what ile nyatasemanga au hii product ni poa ile achocha. These are good products because now, and the reason why I bought into Dada Care was because of the many traumas that ina heal kwa ladies, and then it is solving problems. It is a solution to so many problems. But the 5 common ones inakuanga order. Tunanuka harufu ingine. It's not bad. I mean, it's bodily fluids inatoka. It's natural.
Sasa kukula pizza na nini una expect itoke?
Itatoka tu hivyo. Itatoka tu hivyo. So it's okay. Ni vile when you're on your periods, your self-esteem inashuka. Because I'm imagining you have to sell to your customers. Noko kwa peas. Yo si kwa tu vangi your bright clothes and whatever, because you imagine
by the inakulimit.
Yeah. So you can imagine mtu mwingine they have to give a presentation at work. Ama you're maybe traveling for long hours and you're like periods. Ama it's your wedding day na periods zimekuja.
Kuisha wewe.
And lazima tuvae white. Tuliambiwa tunavaa white.
Bas, hiyo itachange.
What? Noko na periods. Then what? Hadi wezi smile kwa wedding yako juu you're like nimemes.
Sasa imagine
akili naenda hapo yote.
I think inatu control as ladies.
Inatu control. So like Dada Care ina solve you. Like you don't leak.
Wow.
So zile common problems. Eti sijui kunuka haina. Eti sijui rashes hauna. Ushapata mwingine like at the end of the day you want ukipiga shower at the end of the day unasikia tu you're itching. Because you're on your periods. Hauna. It's a solution. Sijui infections. Eti sijui kwa na yeast kidogo na shindwa. What is this? Like kwa kila period uko na ka infection. Kwa kila period uko na ka infection. Nashindanga tu na ma creams unashindanga umejipaka na dawa na meza. Eti sijui cramps. Eti sijui unashinda ukichange pad yako so many times. Like imagine you can be in a meeting. Like I try to imagine, especially like high power women who sit in meetings like board meetings and whatnot. Sasa nile siku yenye ulikuwa na make presentation yako, you're making a pitch to shareholders and whatnot, uko na tension. Na bado uko na menses. And then umevaa pad ingine hapo hivyo yenye lazima uchange every 2 hours. Hii meeting perhaps it's 7 hours long.
Kuisha wewe.
Hata unashinda kusimama.
Utashindwa.
You can even forfeit that meeting.
Imagine.
Unashinda hata ku give your best performance because mind yako yote imeenda kwa periods. But now Dada Care ina solve that because Dada Care I leak. The reason why I leak is because there is this technology inaitwa lock, absorb and lock. So ikisha absorb ina lock, if fluid haitoki juu, iko hapo chini. So uko dry. Uko dry. Let me tell you, you forget you're wearing a pad. Una forget ni menses zako.
Kwanza especially ukitravel.
And
imagine una travel 4 hours journey.
Yes. Imagine okay, unatoka Nairobi, you're going all the way maybe to Mombasa, ama unaenda Kisumu or someplace. Hata maybe ni usiku na uko on your menses. You can wear this pad and go.
Wow.
Or you have a long flight. You need to go to, I don't know, you're going to South Africa, you're going to Ethiopia. You're 4 hours flight, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
Solve.
You're good. You're good.
Tende kwa Dada Care.
You're good.
Wow.
But I'll give you those products. They're really nice.
Wow.
It's a really good product. And it's not like it is thinking about you because from the top layer to the very bottom layer of that pad ni breathable. Imetumia medical grade material.
Wow.
Iko na onion strip ambayo inakufanya unakuwa oxygenated all the time. I know ladies will come at me unafaa change pad yako every 2 to 3 hours. Yes, kama yako ni nylon hapo chini. Hebu imagine umechukua nylon, ukachukua cotton, ukachukua kamesh ukaweka juu, alafu umeifungia na hapo. What will happen? Kuchomeka. Kama ni infections zinarudi wapi? Hapo yoyoni.
Already nylon inafanya una sweat.
Yes.
Cotton na imejaa iko ni heavy na shindwa kuhold.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
dadake.
Na imagine hizi ndo zile vitu tunatumia ama tunaambiwa na tuzoe. But imagine there's a solution for that. Product yetu haina plastic. We don't use plastic.
Wow.
Even the glue ya pale chini ile ya kushikilia pale kwa panty hapo. Food grade glue. Si toxic. Wow. Not factory glue. Food grade glue.
Inapatikana hapo.
Yes, iko hapo. Ndo hakuna any chemical inakuwa introduced to your body.
Wow, na kuna hii kitu nimesikia ukisema about na mtu akiwa na heavy.
Hata ukiwa na
mtu wa heavy sasa una imagine lazima ashinde akitafuta tu toilets bali anaweza shinda change pad. What about the heavy person?
Do you know, interestingly, even when you say uko na heavy flow, usually you bleed blood peke yake, unaweza bleed 20 ml. 20 ml. Hiyo ni kidogo, si mingi. Then so ukiongeza hizi vitu zingine zote, hata ikienda sana ifike 40 ml. Unajua 40 ml vile ni kidogo?
Bado ni kidogo tu.
Ni kidogo. Sasa hiyo ndio utakuwa unasema tu ni heavy flow.
Aya.
Ni vile okay, for us the technology ambayo iko kwa pads zetu ni ina absorb na ina lock.
Hiyo kulock sasa ndio
ina absorb na ina lock. So hata ukifinya aje haitoki juu.
Alafu smell.
Sasa hata hapo kwa smell, so kuna hii inaitwa onion strip. It's like a green ka strip iko hapo kwa pad. Inafanya unakuwa oxygenated all the time. Unakuwa oxygenated. So part of it, because it is a plant-based material, it's a plant-based material. So wakati umeivaa una feel minty breeze hapo hivyo.
Tunakuja huko kwa dada.
Yani ni kama inakusuit. It's like telling you I'm so sorry. It's like inakusuit. You need to experience it.
Na sasa mtu anaweza ipata wapi? Supermarket?
Wow. Sasa kwa supermarkets atuko kwa like the major ones. Like but tuko kwa most of these are general trade, minimarts, and then if somebody ananunua online you can get them from Jumia, tuko Davi Pharma, tuko Maidawa, you can get our products there. You can get them from Green Spoon as well. And then many mini markets, the likes of Automat, the likes of 99 Mart, kina Leben Chemist, kina Pharma Plus, kina Good Life Pharmacy, Malibu. Wow, tuko all over. Ni vile tujaingia kwa major supermarkets. And then pia tuko Healthy You. Yeah, ukiingia
sasa mtu mimi vile naishi Kariobangi. Nitaipata wapi Kariobangi? Na watetea.
So, hata usipopata product kwa a near shop iko hapo karibu na wewe, you can always go online. You can go to Dada Care Plus and you can order there. We do same day delivery. Tutakuletea. Hata kama ni moja na tu charge delivery. We don't charge delivery.
So mimi Kajiado, mimi nishi Kajiado.
Utapata.
Masaini, katikati ya Mang'ombe pale.
Utapata.
Good.
Utapata. Wow. Tuko so accessible. We are working on being on major supermarkets like of Naivas, Quickmart, Juziko, all over. We are working on that. But in the meantime, tupigie simu ama order online. Our website inakuanga forever on. Our online shop is on. Usipopata from Maidawa or Jumia or any other place, you can order from our online shop, dadacareplus.com, and we'll deliver. Same day delivery.
Wangekuweka ambassador because zote ziko kwa fingertips. Yani learn something. Ushaiona vile tu una hiyo passion, hiyo something mpaka una feel. It's like yani ni product yako umepatiwa, shika hii ni yako. Sasa wewe marketing, hata si marketing ni yako. You know, unaenda unaichambua, ukaichambua, umefanya research enough kujua watu wako na heavy flow wenye wako. Yani umeifanya mpaka yani for me you are ambassador.
Wow. Please umesikia Dada Care make you ambassador.
Because unaifeel. Unajua kuna mtu unamuita hapa aongea about the product, anakwambia utapata, utafanya nini, alafu ana details. But wewe kuna more details. Yani mpaka unafeel wewe umepeana ikatengenezwa, wakafanya processing, unajua wakati unaweza ka for how long nayo, yani you have the details. Now you are very clear with your details by the way. Na nataka kujua kuna mali umesema umeinteract na celebrities. Celeb hao ama celeb. Unajua tunataka kujua Dada Care. At least tujue Ndio ni join ambassador for real.
For real.
If you are just stamp.
Wow. So last year November December tulikuwa na this campaigns za social media. And nilienda wakanipaka makeup, nikaka snatch, nikaka poa. Hiyo ni chocha yangu. So during these campaigns, I was actually privileged to meet so many influencers. Wow. And then for them, they're so comfortable in front of a TV. I mean, in front of a camera. Because these are influencers. You see their content, like wakona followers, wengi sijui 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 500,000 followers. Mimi naangalia my Instagram niko na like 200 SG what followers. And then these guys, I get to meet them. I got to meet Kim Kadaisi. Oh my goodness. I got to meet Millie Chebi. I got to meet Wangoi Gadhogo. Wow. I got to meet Kina Ashley, Kina Srinani. Oh my goodness. And these ladies are so amazing. Wow. And they were so impressed by the product. When now we did this campaign with them, they were like so amazed. Like they followed it up with content on their own. Like, Javilo alibai story yote ya dada care. And then now, we are having others when now they're reaching out and they're like, hey, where can I get this product? Nasikia tu ikiongelelewa. And I'm like, all these amazing influencers, they want to also interact with this product. And I'm like, oh, nice. So yeah, nimekuwa privileged to meet with such. Wow. I think the biggest celebrity meet face to face, actually ilikuwa Wahoo. We were at this period party. Alafu unasema wewe si ambassador. Hey! Ambassador. Ilikuwa kwa period party, ilikuwa Ngong Race Course. This is last year. And she was the main artist who was performing. And we got to give her the Dada Care pack. Oh my goodness, adi tumemit adi na nominated Senator Gloria Oroba. Huyu mwenye alikuwa na campaignia pads. Yeah, pads, yes. Mwenye alienda parliament na dress ya white. Yes. Alafu period zikatoka. Hey, I got to meet her. I salute you. I got to meet her and we got to engage. Unfortunately, hatukuweza kukamilisha kabisa, but it was actually a privilege for me to meet with a senator. Oh my God. Oh wow, I'm even forgetting. I've met with PSs and CSs and oh my God. But then you may get to meet her because of this Dada Care. All this is by the grace of God. And I'm so privileged. And I'm so honored that even this, the Lady Care team, waliona fit that Zilpa can do this. Wow. It's a great honor, actually. It's a great honor. Sizi stamp my chest it's because najua kuongea, ama it's because of nini. No. Like, I was so camera shy. I remember the first time I did this. Now, by the way, we normally have Dada Talks. Yeah, we shoot Dada Talks and you know we get to just give this information. Information is for free. Like kama mtu ana struggle na something, yeah. We get to have this Dada Talks. I've never been in front of a camera. This was my first time and I was like, wow. Ila camera mina join yourself but you're doing good. Wow. For the glory of God, actually. So our Dada Care ziko different. We have the pads, we have the tampons, we have the wipes, we have the wash. So the pads we have regular, we have classic, we have the super, and we have panty liners. So all these, they're very comfortable. And then we have the tampons, we have the regular, we have the super, we have super plus. And then we have a combi pack. This combi pack has both the super and the super plus. And then we have intimate wipes. My goodness, these ones are very good for the yoni area. And then we have the pH care, the probiotic foam washer. Inakwanga very, very good, especially like when you're taking a shower because you know you have to use something mild for your yoni area. So the probiotic foam wash is like really nice. I recommend, like, ladies, try this particular foam wash. This for daily use, pamoja na the liners. And then for when you're having your periods, use Dada Care. Dada Care sanitary pads, Dada Care tampons, they got you covered. Kabisa, they have you covered.
So the nataka advise young people, kuambia young people how to overcome the challenges, depression. Yani tuambie tu something kidogo because unaona wewe umejituma na kitu umepatiwa unaona kitu vile unaimsema yani mpaka una feel hey mtu tunanidi welcome tena kwa our channel ku advise the young people tena.
Anytime.
So nataka uambie something young people, especially girls. I think yuko kwa sector ya girls sana. Na girls okay, boy child wanasemanga hakuna mtu wa kuwatetea, but hebu tuambie tu girls vile wanaweza jitekea time ya periods and then tumalizie.
Okay, so for one, periods they're very normal. It's a normal part of you transitioning into womanhood, from a girl into a lady into a woman. It's so natural, and this is something that God created specifically. Like, because God has called us to be mothers and to procreate, there is periods. This is a sure sign that perhaps you're also fertile, and you know that God anaku prepare for this particular transition in life. Yeah, and when you're on your periods, by the way, nasi periods peke yake, the biggest thing is maintain your hygiene. Maintain your hygiene. And then there's how you keep yourself as a lady, as a girl, such that unakuwa different from everybody else. And especially if you're a born again girl. Yeah, and you want to be different from the rest of everybody else. That is how you carry yourself. It is how you present yourself. It is even in how you're dressing, how you're carrying yourself, because God amekukol with a particular purpose, and you have to fulfill that purpose. And the way you present yourself is you're carrying the direct image of God. Yeah. So for young ladies, I will call on you, even when you're on your periods, when you're not on your periods, carry yourself with the image of God. When you look at yourself in the mirror, and just ask yourself, am I carrying the image of God? Is God proud of the way I look? Is God proud of the way I speak? Is God proud of how I think? Is God proud of the way I'm reasoning? Yeah. And this also, I can also transition it even to the young boys. And sometimes tunakuanga na ile stigma ya girls to ndo experience kitu. So when they're going through this, the PMS, the mood swings, because it's the hormones zinacheza na wewe sana hapo. So unasema, wewe unakuanga tu na ma feelings. Wewe unanyesha. You know, and you can be very crass about it. So even for the young boys, I can challenge you to have empathy. And the Spirit of God will lead you in empathizing and putting yourself in the position of your sister, in the position of your daughters. Yeah, where you're like, let me just understand. It could be she's going through something, and ukiona maybe a time a mess or something, don't be the first one to laugh. Be the first one to be like, my sis umemess, acha nikusaidie to cover you, and then here's a change of a paradigm or something. Yeah, just to be courteous with one another, to be kind, really. And kindness is actually a fruit of the Holy Spirit. When you have the Spirit of God, you're kind. You don't even have to struggle with it. Ukiona mtu ni kama anakwama mahali, your dada is coming somewhere, anakwama somewhere, you're like, let me just go out of my way and help. And again, this one I can attach to generally young people. The biggest thing I can call on young people to be is to be kind. And the only way you can be kind is if you have God in you. Because God will always caution you towards kindness. God will caution you towards love. God will caution you towards creating, even to having self-control. And it's also in maintaining yourself. I normally feel very blessed to have had somebody walk with me. Somebody be anikama anani keep on my toes, especially in maintaining myself as a young lady, as a young woman. I've been privileged to have that. And I can actually call on young ladies, have that, somebody you're accountable to. Even for the young men, have somebody you're accountable to. Somebody ambaye character yake is something you desire. Character yake is something you desire. Wacha material things, Character yake. Wacha eti yako na do, eti yako na nini, anajua kupaka makeup vizuri ama nini. No. Character yake. You're like, mimi nikiangalia Viki anakuanga na a big heart. Viki anabebanga kila mtu. Viki ananga kukwazika na watu. I'll be like, I admire Viki. I want to be like Viki. Then anza kuuliza Viki, Viki, wewe kwani hii life yako unailive aje? And this is the person mwenye anaanza kuguide through life. And sometimes we can even miss this. Even in church tunaweza miss. Lakini kwa our daily environs, huwezi kosa mtu mwenye you admire their character. Their character. And then unaangalia hii character yenye huyu mtu ako nayo, does it reflect God? Iko na God hapo katikati. Believe me, kama ina God, it will just be good character and that's it. Hivyo tu. And then after a while, ina disappear, ina switch. So hii character ni character ambayo unaona for sure God ako kwa hii. Na kama God ako kwa hiyo, go for it. Any day, anytime. Any day, anytime. And that is my biggest advice I can give to young people. That's the biggest advice I can give to young people. If you feel the need to be Christ-like, walk with people who are Christ-like, but of importance, copy Christ. And the only way you can copy Christ is you have to read that word of God. So for me, bottom line nakujanga, word of God.
Word of God.
Bottom line, word of God. That is the bottom line. What does the word say? Am I living in accordance to this word? Hiyo tu. Others naweza kuambia, go out, be fruitful, multiply, chapa hustle vizuri, nini. But kama haina word of God, vanity. Even Solomon anasema hivyo. Vanity. If kama haina God, ni vanity.
Vanity by
yeah?
the way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dada Kia Girl. We thank God for having you in our channel.
Thank you for having me.
Girls, mmesikia? Ukitaka kutafuta role model, usiangalie hata nje, angalia mpaka ndani, and a relationship yenye mtu ako nayo na God. Hello guys, tumemaliza. Guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Subscribe.
Yeah.
God bless you. See you next time.